All right, I think this thing is rolling. How's it going today, sir?
It's going well, Ron. How are you doing?
I am doing fantastic. I appreciate you taking the time today,
It's my pleasure.
trying to go over your fitness journey and your experience in this program. We can just start by just, letting everyone know a little bit about yourself, the work that you do, some of what that entails, and the lifestyle associated with what you do for a living. Travel, sedentary, whatever it is that entails.
Sure. So I'm a about to be 75-year-old male. Um, um, I'm a lawyer. Have been practicing law for almost 50 years. And prior to the pandemic hitting, which ended travel, I used to travel a lot. But historically, as a lawyer, I practice long, long hours, lots of sedentary, highly focused work, and a lot of time and a lot of energy involved in the practice.
Okay. And tell us a little bit about what you've been struggling with and what you've struggled with in the past before starting this program.
So it's a long journey, but I was somewhat of an athletic young man. Played some sports at high school and college, and tried to stay in shape. I'm 6'3", and I should weigh about 190, 195 pounds. But as the years went on, and with family and the pressures of work and all, I started to balloon up to around 230, 35 pounds. Efforts to try to control my weight and improve my health and fitness by doing things like running or jogging and so forth, it didn't seem to make much impact. The stress of it all and my family history led to some heart issues, which ultimately led to a triple bypass when I was in my 50s. So I have tried very hard to think about ways to get back into a fitness regimen to improve my eating and my diet and certainly my physical conditioning. That really led me to, through my wife actually, who is very fitness conscious and takes Pilates, still does, to introduction to starting to work out with a trainer. That seemed to have an effect because having another person who certainly knows how to direct you into an effective way to improve your fitness and well-being is greatly motivating. And that ultimately led to my connection to you, Ron, who has proven to be one of the best things in terms of my overall health and well-being that I've encountered probably in my life.
Mm. Tell me this. What types of things that you try? Is there anything else that you've tried prior to this program or working with me?
Well, the things that I tried before I started with a trainer and ultimately ended up with you were I was a member of what had used to be the Chicago Athletic Association, now long since gone, and a hotel, ironically. But it had a basketball court and indoor track, and I used to try to go there at lunch and run 4 or 5 miles around the track and also play basketball. But as I say, because of the lifestyle problems and the pressures of family and certainly work and travel, that just seemed to have no impact. Uh, it's not that I wasn't motivated, it's just that I didn't seem to have the correct direction and focus on what would be most effective. Um, Despite what people say about running or jogging, I did not find it to be a particularly effective way to lose weight. And the problem of my work at the time, not that it's changed that much, but certainly with travel and the other pressures, is that your diet is very hard to control. You eat out a lot. Restaurants are not the best places unless you have real discipline to get the kind of food and diet that you should be eating. Travel alone creates a lot of stress and a lot of pressure to find ways of relief, none of which is really particularly good for you in terms of your overall fitness. So nothing really seemed to have worked uh, until I actually started, through my wife, introduced to a trainer and started working with a trainer. That seemed to really have, because of the expertise of the trainers like yourself, the ability to direct me into various ways to work out and to do different kinds of activities, many of which I never even would have realized, that have a really tremendous effect. Plus, it is motivating in terms of trying to do a better job on your own diet and discipline about trying to live a better lifestyle.
Mm, okay. And can you tell us a little bit about the achieved results, more specific to yourself, going in versus where you are today? And that includes, but not limited to weight, movement, range of motion, mobility, some of those things.
Absolutely. So I'm probably in better shape today at about 75 years old than I was 30 years ago. My weight is down to 195, which is really spectacularly wonderful. And a lot of that is a lot of years of work with you, Ron. It was a slow drop, but it kind of fell off in chunks. And by a good diet and continually working with you in a fitness program, I've been able to control my weight at a proper weight, and it feels great to be at this weight level. Overall, become very strong, probably stronger than I've ever been in my upper body. I've never had a strong upper body. I have a very strong lower body from the waist down. My legs and hips, etc., have always been my strength. But thanks to you, I think I have a better body, overall body fitness. I do have a current problem, which you and I are working on. At my age, I've developed osteoarthritis on both of my hips. I've lived with it for over 2 years of trying to use, I went both to physical therapy and have continued to work out with you. And I'm thankful for how you have changed my workout regimen now that we have to do it virtually, but still to use a lot of physical therapy type exercises to try to both improve the strength of my hips and legs and midsection to ready me, because I've come to the point where I'm going to need to have double hip replacement. I just do not have any cartilage left in my hips. But thanks to you, we are working hard to put myself in the best possible physical condition to go through the operations and recover as quickly as possible, and hopefully get back to one of my favorite pastimes, which is hiking out in the wilderness. So overall, my fitness level has improved tremendously thanks to training with you. Even with the physical challenges I have with the osteoarthritis, which has been a challenge, thanks to how you have modified my workouts, which are 3 days a week with you, I continue to have at least some mobility and certainly better conditioning to go through the operations that I'm currently facing, hopefully in the next, starting in the next month or so.
Well, I am excited that you're going to have the opportunity to get brand new hips.
So am I.
You know, it's just one day at a time. We're going to get you back to hiking and doing a lot of the things that you enjoy doing.
Thank you.
But you're a trooper. You're a trooper. So I've always told you both that you're both a stud and a wimp.
I agree with the wimp part. I don't know about the stud part.
No, I'm just joking, just joking. The wimp part is always on your behalf. I'm always telling you how much of a stud you are. But
what you really tell me, which is really true, is for anybody who wants to get fit, it takes three things. It takes commitment, consistency, and coachability. And I like to think that I exhibit that, and that's really the benefit of having an effective coach.
Well, you do possess those things. That's why you are where you are, sir. Appreciate your time today. In closing, you mind just giving some advice to perhaps some people that may be on the fence or just kind of not sure or don't have any type of certainty as to whether they want to join this program or not, or give some coaching a try to move forward on whatever progress they need to make or their goals and that sort of thing? What would you say to that individual?
I highly recommend that you engage in a program. If you can afford a coach, a good trainer, I strongly recommend you engage one. And you get committed and you stick to it. It takes a time and effort, but there's nothing like having someone along to encourage you, to make sure you're doing it right, to keep you on track. It improves your discipline and your ability to want to do it tremendously. There's an old saying that working out with someone else always improves the process. And I agree with that. Working out with a professional trainer who knows how to apply to your condition and your needs, the training necessary to get you to be healthy and fit is absolutely worth the investment in both your health and your well-being. And so I definitely endorse it.
Cool. I appreciate it, sir. One other thing, I'm gonna backtrack a little bit because we're in a bit of a unique situation in terms of everyone over the last year or so with the pandemic. How talk just add just a little bit of your thoughts as to the transition you've had to make with, working out in your home only with the resources that you have and no longer leaving the house and having the opportunity to carry out your workouts anywhere else other than your home. Talk. Can you share a little
Sure,
bit of your thoughts on that and that
sure.
transition for you?
It's actually worked well, again, because you have the ability to modify the workout to fit essentially the lack of equipment. I mean, I have bands and um, uh, weights to a degree, but certainly nothing in a home that you would have in a gym. Um, but it's still very effective, and actually, there's some irony to it that the pandemic has made it sort of impossible to go to a gym. Although I do like working out in person with you, I've always enjoyed that. But we can do that virtually, and it's worked extremely well. And as I say, the ironic part is because of my deteriorated hip problems, getting to and from a gym turned out to be a little challenging for a while. And then, of course, the pandemic hit, and that's not available anymore. So I just have to walk from one room to another to do my workout. That's fine. But actually, the virtual workouts have been extremely effective. Um, Once we can ensure we have a solid connection over the internet, you have been extremely effective in terms of using whatever the technologies you use at your end um, to demonstrate how I should be able to do my exercises here. The video has, I guess they're professional athletes or whatever, but this shows you how to do the particular exercises. And then I have the benefit of you watching me to make sure that my form is correct. And having the correct form is a very important part of doing your exercises and you work out very effectively, because if your form is off, you can be twisting the wrong muscles or not getting the right effect for what the exercise is designed to do. Overall, I've been very pleased with our virtual workouts. I'm glad that we are able to do them because it's enabled me to keep up my fitness, and as we've talked, help you keep me strong to get ready for my operations.
Awesome, awesome. Well, we look forward to continuing the process
You
and
can
have
count
you
on it.
and have you ready to go. Jack, I appreciate your time today,
It's been my
and
pleasure.
and I will see you soon.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Take care of yourself and your
All right.
family.
Likewise, appreciate it.
Bye.